Hello friends, welcome to your new data analytics tutorial. Last time what we did is we did a little bit of matrix and we created identity matrix, we created zero matrix, and later on at the end of the tutorial what we did was we actually created a kind of a numpy array using a special function called as arange. Okay, so what we did was we used a function called as arange, and here we use that function in this manner, like we call it this numpy, this alias np dot arrange. We give the very first starting point, we gave here the ending point, and we give the step parameter. Means starting from 1, how much increment we are gonna get to get our next number. So here is we are starting from here, and we are giving increment of 2, then we'll get 3, and then within 3 we'll again add 2, we'll get 5, and in 5 we'll get 2, add 2, we get 7, then 9, then 11, 13, and so on till 100. So in this we got till 99, and if we add plus 2 in it we'll get 101, which is more than 100. So it will only go till the highest value. So our range function, with our range function we have got a numpy array, and we actually did this to know the type of this numpy array. So it is showing us nd array. Okay, so there's another function called as linspace. This is also to create a special kind of numpy array, although it will also result in numpy array. So what we do is my underscore linspace data one. I actually personally like to give the meaningful name so that I'll be able to understand my own coding later on if I go through it again. Otherwise, as soon as your code start to become long or lengthy one, you yourself won't be able to understand. So giving a accurate and meaningful name to the variable as well as the placeholder or data types or object or to the function is very important for your own perspective. Okay, so in our engineering or in our masters or whatever, we in the beginning we do not give the proper name to our variables and functions, which actually will lead to the bad programming later on, and that actually affects our career also. And so the same habit actually continues in our career part also, and we actually result in a bad programmer, or we have bad programming practice. So try to give meaningful name to variables and functions right from the very beginning when you are actually learning it. So I myself give the name my underscore linspace underscore data one. Okay, so np dot linspace will give this one, then comma 10, we go to 20. So when you run it, it run completely fine. We want to see the type, it is nd array, and now we want to print it. So what I will be getting is my underscore linspace. So this is what we got. Okay, so here what actually it did is starting point is again 1, just like we have this in our range function. Ending point is 10, again just like here in our array range function. But this 20 and this 2 are two different things, which actually makes these two functions different. In our range function, this 2 is the increment in every new value in our numpy array. But here this 20 signifies that how many numbers we actually want between 1 to 10, which are equally spaced. Okay, so let me tell it again. This here to that is telling us the increment in each new number or each new element in the numpy array. But here the third argument in our linspace function, this is telling us how many numbers we want between 1 to 10, which are equally spaced. Okay, so we are seeing here the number is 1, the starting number, and the ending number is 10. So I am talking about 20 overall numbers. Okay, so if I want to see the total numbers So it is 20. So it's the same number which we actually wanted to create using this linspace function. So 20 number which I am telling here are including 1 and 10. So we are getting 20 number, and the rest of the number are getting generated between 1 to 10, but those all numbers are equally spaced. So this number is 1, then we have 47. It means there's an increment of 0.47, then here again increment of the 47, which will make it like what, 0.94. So it is again it's coming to be 1.94, then we'll have the increment of 0.47. So it's not 47, we are actually kind of increasing in each our number, but here it's just like we have starting point, we have ending points, and we are just telling our function or our python that please create 10 equal sized elements out of this range. Or if I have a you can say a burger, I want to create 10 equal sized pieces from that burger. So this linspace function is doing this. Okay, so again this linspace function is also creating a numpy array. Okay, and this arange function is also creating a numpy array, but these two functions are just different in their functionalities. Okay, so these two functions are actually you can say they are kind of these two data structures are linear, they do not have the second dimension. Here it is showing us 20 is signifying it has 20 rows and no columns. So it's kind of a, you can say here it's a single dimensional data. Okay, but we can actually modify this data or this above data here. So let's do in this data in my data 2. So this my data 2 is also a single dimensional function. I mean to say data structure that is 50 element. So I can actually reshape this in a two-dimensional array, which will result in matrix kind of thing. Okay, so what we can do is we data2 dot reshape, yeah, and inside we have to pass the number of rows and number of column, and of course multiplication of number of rows and number of column has to be 50. So I am giving 10 and comma 5. So it will yeah, here we are telling our reshape function to reshape this data structure, that is my data 2, which is here this thing, into a two-dimensional array of row 4, row 10, and columns 5. Okay, so when I'll run it, we'll get this thing. So in this numpy array, which is of course two-dimensional array, but it's a numpy array. It has 10 rows and 5 columns. So we have actually kind of reshaped our data structure into a different or new data structure of numpy array type. My np 2d. Okay, I'm running it, and when I'll print my underscore np2d, this is our numpy array, and when if we want to see the type, this is showing numpy array means nd array, and we want to see the shape. So here it is showing us it's a two-dimensional numpy array which having 10 rows and 5 columns. Okay, so that's it for today. It's I think it's a useful thing when we are working with the list data structure and we want to do the vectorized calculation in the data structure. We can convert it into the numpy array, and if somehow this numpy array is needed for you can say stacked graph or something like that, or kind of we have to convert the numpy array into a two-dimensional array of our own dimensions, so we can actually reshape it, and there are a lot of different things which we can actually achieve by this. Okay, so keep practicing as I usually say, and just remember that we are the people of the science. We believe in how, what, and why. So always question everything before actually believing something, and just seek out the reasons, seek out uh, the sources, seek out the things which are responsible for anything, because this is what actually science is all about, and believe in facts. Okay. And the other thing which I always say, please spread my channel, or if you are doing the same thing as I am doing, please spread your channel. But just I want to create a network in which each and every person who is actually willing to learn something, who want to have the education, they can actually uh, come and learn all those things in which they are interested, especially in data science, because I am providing the tutorial of the data science. So I'm doing this because education is a non-profitable business in our country, and as well as it's one of the fundamental rights. So education must reach to each and every person, even the person who is actually standing in the end of our hierarchy in our society, or whatever we want to call it. So please spread education. Okay. And keep practicing. And apart from that, one more important thing, uh yeah, please follow one of my friends. Her name is Priyata Sisodia. She is a blogger, as well as YouTube channel owner. She creates her videos on fashion, style, and different kind of awareness programs. And she is into styling and a new cool thing, I mean to say. And just it's a kind of it would be a great thing if the people who are interested in fashion and all these kind of thing, because right in today's time, in today's time, it's also very important to look good, as well as to present themselves, even in the technical field or arts field, or in whatever the field. So please follow her. She's a great person. She is very much into the fashion, styling, and the new things which are now, or which are actually there in our day-to-day life. And she's quite creative also. So please subscribe if possible. It's a request from my side. And please also subscribe my channel also, because that's the way how I can actually share my knowledge with the other peoples, and the people who are actually willing to do something in their life. Okay. So I'll meet you next time. Till then, keep practicing, and dive more into this numpy thing which I am telling you over here, and keep practicing. Okay. Bye. So we'll meet next time. Bye bye. And also, yeah, that my friend, I'll be dropping the link to her channel in the description. So please do visit that also. Okay. Bye.